Go to my website right now and download my free course on alternate picking mastery. It contains 5 essential exercises that will take you to alternate picking mastery faster than you can imagine. And then I've included my method of how to lay out a practice plan in just 1 to 2 minutes that will absolutely boost your results like nothing you ever tried before. So go download it right now. It's free. Hey, why can't we stay equally motivated and passionate all the time? Why is it that we have these, periods of total, we're into it and we practice like never before, and then suddenly we just look at our instrument on the stand there and wonder why we're not that into it anymore, and then we go back and forth like that? Well, you can't be equally passionate all the time. It's like being in love. You can't sustain that because it's an exception to the rule, basically, and you're not in balance when you do. When you're in love, right? The same thing goes for passion. When you're totally fired up, it's like you use more resources than you really have. So you borrow resources, from sleep. You don't sleep as much, but it doesn't matter because you're so, fired up. And, you perhaps you don't spend as much time with the family as you used to, and, stuff like that. And so you get out of balance, which is cool. But then you fall back out of it and then into it again. And that's natural and normal. But there is one thing that most of us don't see, and that is that there's a sequence and a circle to everything. And if we don't realize what elements are in that circle or sequence, then we're going to be out of control. We don't know what happens. We're basically just, it's motivation happens by chance instead of by design. And this is what I mean. If you have to do anything like build something or bake a cake, that's the analogy I always use. If you have to bake a cake, you start with one thing, you put ingredients together, and then there's a sequence of putting the ingredients together even, right? You have to put one thing together with the first and whip it up and put some new stuff in, and you follow the recipe, and then you put it in the oven. If you get that all mixed up, you put the cake in the oven before you mix the ingredients, or just put, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't, if you do that, if you don't get the sequence right, it won't work. And if you don't get the sequence right of building extraordinary skills, it won't work for you. And my guess is that you're probably suffering from this in some parts of your development right now. So let's fix it, right? Let's get the sequence right. Okay, so first of all, we know we can, push ourselves through rituals and self-discipline to practice. But the one thing that determines whether you develop faster than anyone around you, or just, faster than ever before, is whether or not you're passionate about it. Because when you are really passionate, you learn much faster, right? That's why, in normal school, that when you're bored, you don't learn anything. Right? You read the book, but you don't give a hoot about the book. You're not passionate about it. So you read the words, but they don't stick in here. And you can practice for hours, for days, for months, and it doesn't stick because you're not fired up. And being passionate means that it's more important in your brain. And when it's more important, when you're all fired up about it and you can't wait to develop those skills, then the brain also naturally deems it to be more important. And that's why it carves deeper patterns in your brain and it learns much faster. And we're talking 4, 5, 10 times faster than if you're just, okay about it, right? So that's the first reason why you should be passionate and really focus on it. And secondly, from passion and enthusiasm and inspiration really comes the need to practice, right? To put in the time. And if you're not enthusiastic, passionate, or any of those things, then it's all self-discipline, which doesn't work, right? So we need to focus, first of all, before we start practicing anything, on passion and being inspired. That's why I'm posting a video almost every single day of the year now on YouTube, or 2 videos. We post a jam track that can inspire you to use your soloing skills and play along. And you use some of the tools you learn. And secondly, we post videos like this that are designed to inspire you to practice, to get new insights, to learn faster, so you get even more passionate and fired up because you get results, right? And then I have my Instagram, where you can sign up as well. I have a short 1-minute video each day, and I have a short lick each day. Again, designed to ritualistically keep you passionate and inspired every single day. And you should really go sign up for that right now. If you're not signed up for my Instagram or my YouTube or whatever, sign up. Make sure you get it in your, inbox, and that it doesn't matter if you don't open everything you get or see every video you get. Just make sure that you are flooded with sources of passion and enthusiasm and inspiration. And then ask yourself, what do I need to do in order to be passionate or get passionate? Do I need to visit, do I need to try out new guitars at the store or check out new pedals? Does that inspire me to practice? Do I need to look at my favorite artists play, concert movies or DVDs, if you have that still? What do I need to do? What do I usually do when I get all passionate and fired up about practicing guitar? And then, put that in a system so you don't forget to do it. Each and every freaking week, you do a little of each, right? You watch YouTube videos or Instagram videos or whatever it is that you need to do. You need to expose yourself to new jam tracks. There's nothing like a good jam track that can get me all fired up to practice, right? I hear that and I just feel like playing instantly. So do you need to expose yourself to more of these? Do you need to make it a rule that every time I post a jam track on YouTube, you must listen to it for at least 10 seconds, right? Do you need to put up reminders in your calendar that prompts you to just look at one YouTube video each and every day? Even when you don't feel like it, right? Because that's when you need it the most, right? You don't feel like it, you're not into guitar practicing right now, then you reluctantly watch that video because it's a rule that you must do it, and then you break, and I get all passionate again. Because with this new information that I have for you, you get inspired because now you believe you can do it or you can get faster results. So what do you need to do? What do you need to put into a ritual, a daily, weekly, monthly ritual in order to make sure that you have that wheel of passion, of inspiration running for you, so that when you don't feel like it, you can't escape the fact that in the past you made sure that you would get it from all sides, right? Or do you need to visit the music store once a month? What do you need to put in your calendar so you don't forget to do it? So even when you're not passionate, you surround yourself with the sources of passion you need. Because if you do that, then all the other things follow, right? Isn't that true? That if you get all fired up about guitar practicing and, looking into new ways of practicing and developing, then everything else happens from there. But most people, 99.9% of us, forget that that's the most important thing to focus on when it comes to practicing, to get the sequence right and to get the start of the sequence right.
Subscribe for more free videos. Do it. Do it now. Do it.